Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about I'm Still Here, and this movie came out in 2024, and it is a film that was nominated for Best Picture and also won the Academy Award for Best Foreign Language Film. And I thought this movie was great. What I like about this movie is that it was well shot. There isn't really any particular shot off the top of my head that was presented terribly. I liked looking at this movie, and I also kind of liked the music. It wasn't super memorable or anything, but I did feel somewhat of what it was trying to go for and kind of complemented the scenes. But would I listen to the music on its own? Probably not. But I think that's okay, even if it's not like a great compliment to the movie. But it doesn't do the movie a disservice, at the very least. And this movie does a good job at like building tension for certain characters in certain scenes, mostly in the first half, because you don't know what's going on, and the movie gives you a good sense of what it must have been like to be in the setting. And it's a movie that does a good job with the experience that is being presented to you. And I was surprised that this movie was only PG-13 because it didn't show anything explicit for the most part, except for like a little bit of nudity, but that's about it. And the rest of the movie, it was just like PG-13 level stuff. And I was like, okay. There's nothing particular in the movie that like stood out to me. I was like, this should be rated R. I'm just saying, like, this is kind of a hard PG-13 with some of the things that they're implying. And there's parts where it's genuinely intense. And I liked the characters in this movie. I thought they were all very likable characters, or at least the main family, and I liked following each of them. Some characters are given more development than others, for sure. Like the little ones, they don't really get too much development, but they're not really the focus. And I also liked the dad character in this movie. I thought he was a great character. And you liking him really could have broke the movie if he was just an unlikable character. And I thought the performances in this movie really helped this movie a lot. And I felt as though they brought a lot to it. And I was personally never bored with this movie for the most part. I thought the pacing was pretty brisk. And for a movie that's 2 hours and 15 minutes, I think the runtime's mostly justified. And my only issues with this movie would be in the first 15 minutes, and I know this isn't like a big thing, and it could change upon a second viewing, but for the first 15 or so minutes, I was kind of wondering, okay, nothing about this is bad, and I'm enjoying what's being shown, but I'm not really connected to anything. There wasn't an immediate hook, and also I was just kind of left wondering, where is this going? What's being set up here? What am I really supposed to pay attention to? And I'm kind of looking all over here, looking over here, here. And eventually, you do get an understanding of what it's about. And the reason, partially, why it was that way is because I didn't read the plot synopsis beforehand, which is what I normally do, because I want to be surprised. But if you're the type of person that needs to read what a movie is about before watching it, then I'm not going to invalidate your experience and say, like, you're watching movies wrong. Like, you know, it's your choice. But I personally just like being surprised by certain things because I just feel as though it gives me a better experience. But I just was left a bit confused in the first 15 minutes as to, like, what I was really supposed to be following. Not that it had a lack of a focus. I'm not going to say that about it, but it was just me. And my only real big issue that I have with this movie, overall as a whole piece, is that I just felt as though it didn't really know where to end. I just felt as though it had a few different places where it could have ended, and it just kept going and going. I was like, okay, at this point would be the perfect ending, and I do genuinely feel this way about it, and I can't say when because I don't want to spoil anything, but there was one specific point where it had the perfect opportunity to end, and it just kept going for a little bit longer. I was like, right there. right there. And completely unrelated, there was one specific scene in this movie that reminded me of The Big Lebowski, but just done in a very serious way. And I couldn't help but think of it. Not taking points off the movie for that. I'm just saying that is what happened during my experience while watching the movie. I was reminded of The Big Lebowski for just a minute. The more I think about it, I think there's more than just one scenario that is reminiscent to The Big Lebowski. I do feel as though it's unintentional, but I don't know. It might just be me. And that's about all I have to say about I'm Still Here. I thought this movie was pretty great, and I know there's a couple movies out there that are titled I'm Still Here. This is the one from 2024. So make sure you watch this one, because that's the one I talked about just now. And I don't know about any of the other ones if they're any good. I know they have nothing to do with this movie. They're just different movies with the same title. But anyways, check this movie out whenever you get the chance. And with all that being said, I'm going to give I'm Still Here from 2024 an 8 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of I'm Still Here, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Mars Express. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.